The other thing that you will have noticed, let's go back to see these questions. They are mostly to do with the present. What are you doing now? Where do you live? What do you study? Where do you work? It's all to do with the present. Okay? It's very important for you to look at the structure of these questions, right? So once you understand what these questions are about, you will be able to give the right answer here, that is short but complete sentences and using the present tense. Okay, so what is important in terms of grammar? Please understand that grammar is as important in speaking as it is in writing. Just like you can't write a grammatical sentence, you shouldn't speak can't write an ungrammatical sentence. You should speak in a grammatical sentence also. Now, the first thing that you have to keep in mind is the subject. Now here, let's go back again to those questions. And as you see these, just try to frame an answer. And you will find that not only do you use a present tense, but you use the subject I in the beginning. So where do you work? I work in this office. So you have I work. That means there is a subject. And then there is the verb work. And work here is the verb in the present tense. So now, because it is in the present tense and also it is the subject is first person I is first person singular, as contrast to we, which is first person plural. So if we come back here, we'll see that the subject I has to use the verb that agrees with that subject. So with the first person singular, what kind of verb will agree? A verb which does not have an S at the end of it. So here are the examples. I like, not I likes, because you won't have S in the verb like if the subject is the first person, I. The S will be used after like only in what case? In the case of third person singular. He likes or she likes. Only in that case will you have S at the end of the verb. Otherwise, you will not use likes, enjoys. No, with first person singular, you will not use that form of the verb. So it's a very important aspect of the grammar. Right in the very beginning, even if you're speaking a simple sentence, if you make a mistake here, it will be understood that you do not have the basics of grammar correct. So that will go against you. You will have to show that you can handle these short sentences, but they must be complete and they must be grammatical. You can't violate some of the basic rules of grammar. So here is an exercise for you. Let's do this exercise first, and then we will go on to the next part. So here is the exercise. Speak sentences using these verbs. So I like, you can put anything there. I like reading. I like to go swimming. So similarly, the rest of the sentences. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to make some short sentences using this structure. I like, I enjoy, I belong, I work, I study, I listen. Now let's see another aspect of the grammar. That is the use of am. Now am is used, of course it's part of the verb. It's a helping verb. Am is a form of the verb be. So just to revise, what are the forms of the verb be? Am, are, is, was, were, etc. So here you have am. Now am is different from was. Why? Am is the present tense, was is the past tense, right? So you say, I was studying in that university. I was studying. So that will mean that that was in the past. But here when you're asked, what do you do? What do you study? Where do you work? You're answering in the present. So you will say, I am a student. But you don't use am if you already have the verb there, like, enjoy, belong. Then you won't say I am belong, I am enjoy. So you won't use am over there at all. Please remember that. Am is only used to describe some state of being. Like for instance, you can say I am happy. So it tells you about a state of being. Or you can say I am sad, or I am a student. I am working now in this office. So am working or am as the present or present continuous. Remember, am working is present continuous. However, there is another rule here that with some verbs we do not use am. So you will say I live in this city, I like this city, not I am living and I am liking. It may be so in the present, but we need not use continuous. Just remember that we need not use the present continuous. We can use simple present. And we can simply say, I live, I work here, whichever city or town. So this is to be remembered. So this is another rule that you have to remember. And then you would change it to is if it is third person or object. So you could say she is a student, not she am a student, because am is going to be used only with first person I, not with third person. So for third person or for some object, you will not use am, you will convert it to is. So that is also a form of the verb be. Is, am, are. These are all forms of the verb be. So that shows a state of being. And when the subject is a third person or the object, say is. So my town is beautiful. My city is beautiful. Is beautiful. Okay. So here you will not use am. So here is another little exercise. As I keep telling you these exercises, there will be a pause and you would have to try and speak those sentences. As you listen to me, there will be a pause after you listen, and at that time, there will be a few seconds for you to speak those sentences. So here, my town is dash, my city is dash, my workplace is dash. Complete these sentences. Just make 2 or 3 sentences, speak them out. Speak them out. There will be a gap over here and you just speak them out.